The holy rites are ended, all return into the city, but the king was heavy with age. He kept Aeneas and his son beside him as companions as he walked, while lightening the way with varied talk. Aeneas marvels. Eagerly he turns his eyes on everything Evander notes. He is so captivated by the place that glad he seeks, and one by one he learns the chronicles that tell of men of old. Then King Evander, founder of Rome's stronghold. These groves were once the home of fauns and nymphs, and of a race of men sprung from tree trunks and sturdy oaks. They had no rule and no refinements, for they could not yoke their bulls or gather wealth or save what they had gained. They fed on branches and harsh food of hunters. Then Saturn came to them from high Olympus, a fugitive from his lost kingdom, flying from the attack of Jove. He made a nation of those untamed and scattered in high mountains, and gave them laws. And he chose Latium as name, because he had lain safely hidden along these coasts. The golden age they tell of was in the time of this king, for he ruled his tribe in tranquil peace. But by degrees an age depraved and duller took its place, with war's insanity and love of gain. Then came Ausonians, Sicanians. The land of Saturn often changed its name. And kings arose, and giant cruel Thybris, from whose name we Italians called our river the Tiber. Ancient Albula lost her true name. All able fortune and my fate, the inescapable, have driven me, when banished from my country, across far seas to settle here. The warnings of my mother, the nymph Carmentis, and the urgings of our patron god Apollo spurred us on. His words were scarcely done, when moving on he points out both the altar and the gate the Romans call Carmental. Ancient tribute in honor of the nymph Carmentis, fate foretelling prophetess, the first to sing the greatness of Aeneas' sons, and future of noble Pallanteum. And Evander then shows to him a spacious grove that later brave Romulus made into an asylum. And underneath cold crags the cavern called, in the Arcadian manner, the Lupercal, after Lycian Pan. And then he shows him the wood of sacred Argiletum, telling how Argus, when he was Evander's guest, died there. He leads him next to the Tarpeian house in the capital, now golden, once rough with thick underbrush. And even then its holiness had filled the fearful farmers with dread, and even then they shuddered at the woods and rock. This grove, this hill, tree-topped, are some god's home, he says, although we do not know which god. Arcadians believe that often they have seen Jupiter himself as he woke storm clouds, shook his darkening aegis in his right hand. And farther on you see two towns with ruined walls, the relic and the memorials of ancient men. For Father Janus built this city, that was built by Saturn, in the name of one, Janiculum, Saturnia the others. With such talk to each other, they drew near a poor man's house, the home of King Evander. And here and there the cattle lowed along what are today the elegant Carvini and Roman Forum. When they reached his doorway, Evander said, "The victor Hercules has stooped to cross these thresholds. Even he has found a welcome in this royal house. My guest, dare to despise riches, and try, as he did, to deserve divinity. Do not be sullen, seeing our poor things." He spoke, and then beneath his simple roof he led the great Aeneas, making ready a couch of scattered leaves, a Libyan bearskin. Night rushes down, her dark wings wrap the earth.